Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video we're going to do a all keys lost on a Mercedes EIS here. This is a W220 and we're going to do it on bench here. Now this 220, there is a solderless adapter, but it didn't work on this one. They for some reason don't work on all of them. I guess the boards are maybe slightly different, so I'm going to try it on the bench platform. What I'm going to do is just plug the platform into it. And actually let me show you here on the back. You do have these four prongs here, and there's two power. These are both just 12 volt power. Sorry, this tablet connection. I don't have a lot of room to move around here. So these are 12 volt power, and these can also connect to 1 and 4 on the back of this if you need extra power, but I was led to believe that actually slows down the calculation, so I always just try it without. And if it doesn't work, then we'll use them. So I'm going to get all plugged in for right now, turn it on, and then let me just kill the overhead light here, so get rid of the glare. And then we're going to just go ahead and go to emo programming, bends, select from system. First thing we're going to try to do is just read the EIS, and this is a W220, and read the data by IR, and it's going to have us just insert and pull out the adapter multiple times, and it'll just start reading the data here, and just watch the percentage go up. All right, so that should be all the data it needs here. It's just telling us that not to renew this EIS, which we're just making keys. Now it'll offer to read the password by infrared, but this doesn't work on this. It's never worked. So I'm just going to hit no. We have our EIS data. And I just want to notice up here we have no password yet. So the next step we're going to do is save this, and then we're going to calculate the password. So we'll save here. So now we can back out of this, back to our menu here. We're going to go password calculation. And then on password calculation, we'll hit start. Data acquisition is what we need to do. It's classified by lock type. So we do 220. All keys lost. Fast is what we're going to try. And we'll just go normal. Now it's showing us that you got to use the adapter that comes with the Key Tool Plus. I've actually got that plugged in right here, and then I've got it going into my bench platform. So we'll hit OK. OK. And now we do have power connected. Hit OK. And we're up here floating around 13 volts here. So now it's telling us to connect the IR adapter to the tablet, which it already is. And that's going to have us insert it into the EIS. Now what this is saying here is fast acquisition time is slow. Check whether the lock is powered. If it is powered, remove the power. And it's talking about these additional power that I mentioned earlier. It's telling you to remove those if you have them, if the time is really slow. Now this is saying it's actually only going to take an hour. And now it's jumped up to 90 minutes, which is pretty slow. So, I mean, another way to do these too is you can take it apart and you can just solder directly to it. And now it's actually jumped up to 2 hours. So you can just leave it alone. That's usually a pretty accurate time on this. Oh, and it actually failed. Okay, well, if it failed, let me go ahead and hook the power up. These older ones can be temperamental here. So I'm just going to go power to 1 and 4. And try it again here. Classified by lock, 220. All keys lost. Fast. Okay, normal. And let's try it again here. Usually these take around an hour. I have had them take 2 hours. And I said if you want them done faster, you can always just solder to them and just bypass all this. You can get it done a lot faster. So it's just asking us to pull the adapter out and insert it back in. And we'll see what it tells us here. And you look up here at the actual adapter, you got the light on it just blinking slowly. and it's telling us it's going to take an hour and 46 minutes. So when it gets to this point, it usually works. Just have to just let it go. So that's what I'm going to do here, just kill the camera for now, and we'll come back here when the password's calculated and we'll finish it. Alright, so it's taken every bit of 2.5 hours to do this, period. EEPROM is definitely going to be faster than this, but this isn't too bad as long as you're not in a hurry, you have nothing else to do. You just basically turn it on, make sure it gets through the first 10 minutes or so, and you can just walk away from it. And now we're just going to save it. And now we just need to upload it. And then it'll actually get with the server there and it'll calculate the password. And password successful. And there it is right there, so we hit OK. And now we can actually go ahead and write our key. I'll go back to the menu here. We're going to go ahead and prepare key file. And now it's actually got, our password filled in now, as you can see right here. And so we'll go ahead and we'll say yes, because everything looks correct. There's our password. And half smart key, so V051. Hit OK. And it should be preparing a key file for us. And just save it. And now it actually prepares, it's actually going to prepare, I think, 8 key files. And it's just showing us where it's saved it at. And now we're going to go out of here, and we're going to go to read write key, read write via IR. Already got my key in there. And we're going to write a BE key. Choose a file, which is the one we just made. Now this shows us here the different key numbers and ones that are used and ones that aren't used. So key 7's not used, so we'll just use that one. Key's in there, and it should just write it. And I will just say as an aside, I have actually had these write with the Key Tool Plus and not work, but then I take the password and write them with Autel and they've worked. So if it doesn't work, that's something to try. But from here, everything should be done, should be ready to start the car once it gets installed back. And none of this really applies to us. And from here, we should be done with the tablet. So let me go ahead and remove this. I'm just going to get this out of the way here. And now I'm going to try it out. So we're going to go ahead and just I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not, but I'm going to go ahead and just turn the EIS simulator on here. And sometimes you got to disconnect these wires for this to work, but we'll try it here. It's supposed to be a red light that comes on, and it should go off when it accepts the key. So it's in there, red light's on. And it should go off. And if it doesn't here, we can take it out, try it again. And that's how it went off. So now should be able to operate the lock here. And it's not, so let me go ahead and try disconnecting these power wires from it. And now you heard it click, and it works. So there's all keys lost here with the Key Tool Plus on bench. And like I said, EEPROMing is probably, not probably, EEPROMing is a lot faster. I could have this whole thing done in probably 20-25 minutes soldering. But then you are having to solder and whatnot. So anyway, just one way to do it. There's of course multiple ways to do it. If you guys have any questions or comments about this way, please put them in the comments. And until next time, we'll talk to everybody later.